Oh,
We are live.
we are live.
All
Okay.
right.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Nerd Initiative family. My name is Megan, and I'm clearly with Nerd Initiative. And today we're going to talk about the thing that has been on our brains for the past 4 weeks. Of course, we're talking about Avengers Doomsday with teasers every single week. Clearly, we're not getting one this coming week, so it's going to be a really sad Tuesday. But with all 4 teasers, what do they mean? What do we think they mean? And what do we think is going to happen in the movie? I am joined by the amazing people of Nerd Initiative, and I will start with you, Janelle. Tell us
Oh,
about you. Where are you from? Who are you?
hi. My name is Janelle, but otherwise known as Jan's Comic Space on TikTok. I'm from New Jersey. Yeah, I'm really excited to be here and talk about Doomsday.
Very, very nice. Thomas, would you like to go?
Yeah, Janelle, you might be the only person I know from New Jersey that I really actually like. Besides, well, maybe Kevin Smith. You and Kevin Smith. There you go.
Right.
Yeah, that's awesome. Hey, everybody.
That's how you start a live stream right there. That's how you kick it
Just
off.
taking shots in New Jersey. Come at me, bro. No, we're gonna have so much fun. I threw out a big theory. It got a little bit of traction. I can't wait to talk about it with you guys because you are the experts here. So this is gonna be fun.
No,
So, last but certainly not least, Michael.
certainly least.
Oh,
I'm from the multiverse. Michael Rothman. I used to cover this stuff all the time, and I'm excited for this. I think it's an interesting. It is an interesting marketing technique, but we're gonna see how this all comes together since we have 11 months to go till this movie comes out. But
Yeah.
this is literally going to be theory gate. It's going to be insane how long we're going to be predicting things like this, but I'm excited.
Might as well start it
Absolutely.
off strong with this group of people.
Exactly.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
So we've all seen every teaser. We've all scoured the backgrounds of it. We have tried to figure out everything that we could possibly see. But with looking at it so clearly in our beautiful rose-colored glasses, which one got us the most hyped? Janelle, where are we at with you?
Probably the X-Men, because when Cyclops at the end with his laser eyes, yeah, that just got me. I was so excited for that. And I just interested to see what the professor and Magneto, like what their conversation is. And I really love their monologue, like that whole thing about death and like pretty much embracing death. I just thought that was a cool concept because, we kind of already might know their fate, which is sad because they're so old. So I'm excited to see what happens.
I mean, it's true.
New Jersey, old X-Men.
Yeah.
We're basically Dr. Doom here, just murdering states and superhero teams.
Right, it's made to superheroes. Yeah, but I'm really excited for that. I think that trailer was the best.
I think so too. Thomas, who are you killing off? Apparently, just like Janelle. Which one were you most excited for?
I know. Yeah. Hey, Ahmad. Just want to shout out the chat. Yes. Much like Janelle, I mean, that's definitely, to me, got to be the coolest one and the most action there. Hey, Kira. But for me, a lot of people, I've said this a bunch on podcasts, but I'm just going to continue to say that as there's new people here. Like, my seminal movie moment was taking my friends to, it was like in 2001, bringing all my friends to my 13th birthday to watch the original X-Men movie. That was like such a transformative moment for me in my life. And I was just like so hyped about it. And to think that we're getting all those actors back and those exact characters now, like, whatever it is, like 25 years later, is just mind blowing to me. And like, I just being a big Cyclops fan, I was telling you guys, I've gotten to try on the glasses that James Marsden wore, and I've never looked nerdier. I've never looked stupider, probably, but I was just
no, you never looked cooler.
Like, you look so cool.
You probably look
no,
fine.
but it was just so cool. It's so cool. Cyclops is one of my favorites. I think he's finally going to get some justice in live action, and I'm stoked about that.
I think so too. Hi, Kevin.
Yeah.
Hi, Kira.
He does rule. You're right, Kevin.
I actually have a really good story.
Let's hear it.
And I apologize. Well, sorry, that's actually an inside joke, but no, Megan always jokes that she loves Michael lore, but this is actually a really good story, so I have to tell it, even though I'm not trying to brag or anything. But
Here we
speaking
go.
to Hugh at the Logan premiere, the main thing, this is like 10 years, wow, it states my experience. But no, I remember talking to him and asking him, and I wanted to ask him what he thought, because basically X-Men started this whole thing, right? Like people always get confused with X-Men and Spider-Man, but X-Men was about a few months, if not a year before Spider-Man. So X-Men really was like the beginning. And I remember asking him, because remember he slotted in late. It was supposed to be the guy who was in Mission Impossible 2, who I can't remember the name, but he got injured on Mission Impossible 2. And so Hugh stepped in to be Wolverine. But I remember asking him what, like, did he have any like realization that that's a really interesting one. That's really, really deep too. Did he have any realization when they were making it that this was something special? And he said no. And he actually said his agent told him to get ready to, because I basically, as you're coming up, you're in line for auditions and roles. And his agent, quote unquote, said, get ready to get in the back of the line. This movie's going to bomb. It's going to be awful.
Oh my God.
Wow.
So that's what Hugh Jackman went into. There's a video somewhere out there. I thought it was great. There's basically like, he thought it was going to bomb. And I just always think that's such like a fascinating take, and superhero movies could have been done before they even began, which would have been insane.
Right. And this perfect storm came together, and Kevin Feige and Hugh Jackman still, and here we are, and James Marsden coming back. But yeah, I don't know. What about you, Megan? What do you think was your favorite out of all three? Because they all have different tones too.
All completely different tones, and ones that gave completely different theories, but it has to be X-Men. I mean, it's taken 20 something years to get a good Cyclops scene. Like that little scene was the better than we got in any other live action for Cyclops easily. But then you had the Sentinels behind him, and then you had Professor X and Magneto, and a very smart someone pointed out that what he says at the beginning, I can't remember the exact dialogue if anyone else can. He starts with the same sentence as they do in Agatha from the shorter witch. What's her name?
Wow.
So it's like, are we getting witches too? Or does one of the writers just really like to do that? You know, there's always
or is is it that well known of a saying to where it would match up that perfectly? I saw that too. It's very interesting. And this actually for me feels like the first time, and I feel like we have to talk about all the trailers. We're talking about like the most exciting one right off the bat. So sorry, everybody. We're going to be really boring after this. But I think that, it's just so crazy. It feels truly like we're seeing Marvel finally coalesce again, right? Like we've had so many incredible individual stories for all these different characters, right? We had Agatha, we had Ironheart, we had please like name a bunch. I mean, we obviously, but they've been
Daredevil, all of them.
Right, Moon Knight, but they haven't like crossed paths in a while, right? And it hasn't culminated in something when they're all together again. The closest thing I think we've got is Thunderbolts, but now it's finally culminating again, at least through the teasers. And I'm like, man, this just feels like classic, you know? It feels like the phase 3 Marvel, and not like nothing has been good through phases 4 through 6, because I think there's a lot of good there, but it just reminds me of phase 3, and I really am stoked about that.
And is this what you were talking about, Megan? This is the
That's how it starts for in Agatha too.
Yep.
Wow, I didn't know that.
I didn't even realize that too. And I definitely, Thomas, I agree, because you're right. None of these characters have crossed paths, and I'm interested to see, you know, even if they're going to show up in Doomsday, or even if they're going to go into Secret Wars, because remember, the rest of the cast has not been announced yet. So I'm wondering, okay, like, when are they going to announce everything, or the other characters? So then we kind of know and set the ground of like, okay, we know who's in Doomsday. Let's see how this plays out.
Totally.
I'm curious if they're even going to announce it, or they're just going to leave Chris Claremont to do it for them. Because
is he just spoiling a bunch of stuff? I have not seen.
He told everyone the original Jean is coming back.
That's
right.
Coming back, and
then he said Scarlet Witch.
Hi, Terrell.
Hi, Terrell. He's one of my favorite people.
Oh, just leave him up there for a bit then.
But I don't know if they're gonna tell anyone. Like, I would love another chair thing. I was one of the ones I loved that they did that, because it was different.
I didn't hate it.
Yeah, it was so different. It was clear, like it kept getting the excitement every 15 minutes. Yeah, it was long, but it was also like, what did you want? Just like a trailer?
Right.
Right.
I don't think
Which
they're
wasn't going to
announce
happen.
one.
They hadn't even shot yet. So, of course, we were getting a trailer.
I kind of want to hear what Michael, I know you have like a background with like marketing and interviewing and stuff like what do you think as far as like how this marketing is like been rolled out?
It's really interesting. I think, you know, the Russos have said that this is not, they're not teasers and they're more of like a story that ties together and brings it together. My first thing I can think of is that it's all about family and kids, right? Like I think,
Right.
you know, we started off with Steve. I mean, it's kind of obvious, but sometimes I guess like the most obvious thing is the most real thing. I do think we're going to get with Gene back and you have Scott. I think they're going to have, and isn't there a rumor that maybe Sadie Sink might be playing
She's in
Rachel.
Secret Wars.
She might be Rachel Summers. So I think, you know, and then I have a theory. Well, we all have theories about
Right.
not Tony, but Doom, or maybe a Tony. We'll see. We all have theories about that. And then it's on and on and on. And I think, you know, in the Fantastic Four coming in there. So I do think it's really interesting. I think it's a little early, but then again, I want to think that they are going to surprise us, not with like a trailer anytime soon. Obviously, we have a lot to go, but I do think they're going to surprise us with like more things coming out and more of these, like, wouldn't say vignettes or whatever, but I think there's going to be some kind of surprises that are coming. Something. I don't know. But I do think it's interesting. It's got me hyped. I want more, but I think that's the point, right? So
Right.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Well, also, like, if they have the audacity to give us a trailer before Spider-Man Brand New Day, which is in 6 months, but are we going to get something at the
point.
end of Spider-Man for that?
Probably, because that was one thing that I had a question about, because it's kind of weird not having Spider-Man in Doomsday, because obviously he has such a history with Tony Stark. So I would have loved to see that whole thing kind of like pan out. Like, you know, he looks at Doom and he's like, well, aren't you Tony? Da, da, da. You're like, I would have loved
Mr.
that.
Stark? Mr.
Huh?
Stark?
Yeah.
I don't feel so good.
But no, but it would have confused him. It would have like
Yeah.
it really could have been an emotional like moment that they could you know, get into, like, because he, like, we all know as Marvel fans how close they are. So
Yeah.
and Tony saved, you know, spoiler, Tony saved Spider-Man. So I want to see all that.
Well, we don't know if he's going to remove the mask in Doomsday. For all we know, which I really hope, is that he keeps the mask on until Secret Wars. And
Okay.
then it becomes revealed, because I don't think Spider-Man's going to be in Doomsday, but I think we're going to get a post-credit scene with him,
Yeah.
because he's going to be in Secret Wars. If he's
Yeah.
not in the
Has
black
to be.
suit, I will be a problem.
People will lose their minds if he doesn't get the black suit.
Oh,
in
the
this
Right.
fact,
movie.
yeah.
Lose their minds.
I
They
know.
should.
Yeah.
My question with that is for everyone here. We all know. Do you guys know that obviously the original storyline where his suit was so it's just funny saying it out loud. Like, they're battling on Battle War, his suit's damaged, so he goes to this like place that, you know, there's like an alien technology that can remake his suit or whatever. I still think it's God, it's great. I feel like a kid again, but you know that they retconned it with Deadpool is kind of responsible for it, like playing a joke on Peter Parker.
Oh.
And
I
I think
didn't
it's in the comics mainly.
Yeah.
Like, basically, I think it was something, I don't know. I'm trying to think where it was in. Maybe it was the new Secret Wars, or someone can actually bring that
Yeah.
out. But
We can look it up. But like, what is this? Oh, chronological order, 37 films. Okay, so I
wonder if that's going to
like, the
factor
comment-
into
sorry.
if Deadpool's in there and they're going to kind of have like a tongue-in-cheek kind of moment, or
nod
not.
to the
I don't know.
Yeah, nod to the new origin. You could be.
Right.
I love the original 1984 Secret Wars version. Like, that was
I
just
do too.
that was so
Yes.
fun. And I love the art in it. I love how it's simple, right? Like, they all get abducted and there's all the heroes on one side and all the villains on the other. And it's like the gates open, it's like fight. And I think that was super. Of course, you gotta love the Jonathan Hickman one, but it is convoluted in some ways. It is complex. It is it's hard to follow. And I think what I can see the MCU doing for this movie is simple, right? Like keep it as simple as possible because there is so many characters, there's so many stories left undone, there's so many threads hanging. I hope they lean more into the 84 version and just keep it really simple. And yeah, then Spider-Man like shows up and he's like, I need a new suit, presses a button and just like drops on him. I don't know. That'd be great.
Thomas, that's wishful thinking, honey. Oh goodness.
I mean, yeah. If Stranger Things has taught me anything, it's like the audience, we need it as simple as possible because half of them are going to be on their phone. So like,
Right.
just keep it
Right.
kiss.
Don't get me started on Stranger Things. Mm-mm.
In real time, I'm gonna keep uploading photos in real time because I love doing this stuff. But
But-
also the question is, will we get some visuals, kind of like we did in Deadpool Wolverine? Will we get some visuals that like comic fans can like draw back to and be like, as obviously the
Absolutely. I think like because did you guys see that light show they did? It was in a different country that showed Doom.
Yes. The Doom.
Yeah, and like
Yes.
you saw Doom pull
Yeah.
like he had the skeleton, he did all the Doom things that you're used to seeing. I
There it is.
100% think that's gonna be recreated. I think a lot of these are gonna be recreated.
yeah,
Because
so do I.
it's the Russo brothers. This was the only reason they wanted to come back to Marvel was for Secret Wars. Also,
Right.
Nathan, you're gonna watch 75 films. Duh.
Yeah, I saw his comment, and you know what? But you do have
Let's
to
bring
have
it back
some
up. Let's
sort
bring it
of
back up.
required like watching because a lot of
Dang.
it is going to tie in. Like I was just
I know.
watching today, at the end of Endgame. I don't know if you guys, well, if you rewatched, I rewatched the ending when Steve gives what's his
Sam.
name? Sam the shield. And then he said they had a conversation. They said, "Oh, did everything go right or did everything go wrong?" And then further along in the conversation, he said, "Oh, are you going to tell me?" And he said, "No, I don't think I'm going to tell you." So I was like, "Whoa!" Like, okay, so
Mm.
definitely left it open.
Yeah. I love this question. All right. This is from I think ads Dave Kennedy. Do you guys think Xavier is going to transfer his consciousness into Magneto? I want you guys to noodle. I've been thinking about that. I don't think that happens, but I do think that we see for the first time on screen their motivations kind of flip. And I think instead of seeing Xavier be like the positive one and no killing and all that stuff, he's going to be like, we have to do whatever it takes to like save, all mutants, to protect this timeline, whatever. If we have to destroy another universe, let's do it. And I think Magneto is going to be the one that's like, I don't think we should. I don't know. What do you guys think about all of this?
Again, these guys are older men. How much are we really gonna get them to do?
Yeah.
But on the real, like Magneto does not look like he could handle anymore. Anymore.
It's true.
I honestly, this is how I'm going to think of I know we didn't get to like the actual like breakdown of the 4 trailers, but I think this is what's gonna happen for the X-Men. Remember, they have to usher in a new version of these characters, unfortunately. I mean, I've heard a lot of rumors, blah, 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 blah. Unfortunately, these guys are going to be wrapping up whatever that to kind of usher in these new characters. And it's going to be sad to see that on screen, but it's necessary because you have to sacrifice something to get to the other side of it. So definitely, like I said, I'm sad that that's gonna happen, but it's necessary. Just like every other heartbreaking thing that we've seen, like even in Infinity War when they were snapped away, and so it's necessary. It's good. The Russos are going to mess with us emotionally. I hope you guys have like tissues ready.
I hope I'm emotionally.
They've done it before.
Yeah.
We've seen them all die before, but the one that's going to kill all of us, maybe if it doesn't, you're a soulless creature, is Nightcrawler. He's going to die too, and I'm stressed.
Yeah.
Well, you know why he's gonna die, right? Because he's got a fantastic show called Traitor. So
that's true.
he's set.
Yeah, he's like, I got plenty of work outside of this. Yeah, okay. So Janelle, your point, this might be a hot take. Sorry, chat. But it's kind of how I felt when they said Hugh Jackman's coming back. Of course, Hugh Jackman, there will never be another actor who can play Wolverine like him, for sure. But he can't play it forever. Like, we're going to need that character recast.
90.
Yeah,
Oh, he's 90.
Yeah, he's amazing, but it's like, okay, we've had Tobey Maguire, then we had Andrew Garfield, then we had Tom Holland. It's like, you know, we've had, even with Batman, right? It's like we need a new generation of it. So you're so right, Janelle. I want to throw out a theory because it did pretty well on TikTok, and I want to hear your guys' thoughts on this. So in my head, the way it all works is that Doom is going around, he's collecting children, yes. Or is he just collecting superpowered beings? It just so happens that Franklin Richards is one of the most powerful beings in the entire universe. And then you look at Love, who is a descendant of Eternity, also another super powerful being. This is my prediction for X-Men. And I've had some pushback against it. It's fine. I could be wrong. But I think why Doom is after the X-Men universe and how he's going to do it is that he's going to go back in the past. He's going to use the most upgraded technology he has from the Sentinels. He's going to attack the X-Mansion. And he's not, you know, maybe there's kids. I don't think there's going to be kids he's after. I think who he's after is Jean Grey. And right after I made this theory, Michael dropped an amazing video saying that Famke Janssen was coming back for the movie. And then I was like, boom, I got it. Because I think her being the Phoenix, having a cosmic entity, her having reality warping abilities, and we've also seen her fall to the dark side, if you will, before. I think that's who he's after, which would then explain the Sentinels being there at the X-Mansion and why Cyclops is as mad as he is at the end of the trailer.
Oh, that's a good theory.
Bam, mic drop, I'm out of here.
There could also be multiple Phoenixes, you know, like we have obviously, not that it was like a very welcomed Phoenix, but we have Sophie Turner. We have, you know, we could have a new, you know, we could have like a daughter, you know. I think there could be multiple variants to where if he's really trying to build this like, you know, team of incredibly powered beings, or just destroy them, what, you know, to maybe preserve his universe versus the multiverse. Yeah, we could see a lot. To what Janelle said, this could be a really tough movie to swallow. And if it mirrors what they did with an Infinity War, where obviously for the first time ever, you know, what happened, Kat? We lost. If this is not even just a team losing, this is like universes losing. It could end up being like an extension of Deadpool and Wolverine, where, you know, obviously we you know, he went through and showed all that they lost when Fox, you know, became part of Disney and all of that. So it's definitely very possible. And I like I said, I think there's going to be some kind of intertwined story with the 4 teasers, which you probably should go over in like short order. But
yeah, we should go back to those.
Yeah, let's do that.
So to answer your question, I think they're all going to die, Terrell. But so the first, the first teaser, we got Steve Rogers checking out his baby. I think it'd be hilarious if this was like a multiversal Steve Rogers and him and Peggy were actually just babysitting baby Sharon, but no one else found that funny. So everyone said it was
Megan.
that's what they said. Yeah. So the second one was Thor, who was praying to Odin to save Love. Now, this did not feel like it was for Doomsday to me. This felt like it was in preparation of Secret Wars. So that's what it felt like to me. 3 out of 4 of these trailers did not feel like they fit into Doomsday. And I'm still confused about it.
I wonder why you think that, because I mean, you never know, because it looked like he was in some type of forest. You don't know exactly if, you know.
But I'm not saying the look of it. I'm saying the vibe of it.
Oh, the vibe of it.
Okay. That's what I'm saying.
He's about to head off to Battleworld, is what you're saying. Like
exactly.
Oh,
I think at least that one would be used as a post-credit scene, or there's going to be a montage of seeing all these characters come back at the end, saying, "All right, we got to go fight," and that's one of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or we don't see any of this footage.
None of it.
They're making us out.
And it's literally just like they said, there's something we're missing. I'm still wondering about that dark image with one of the Russo brothers sitting there, which I really believe in my heart is Doom's throne. And I think it's a VFX stage, and they, you know, they were like zoom in and look really close, and everyone's trying to find something. I don't think there's anything to find. I think on the other side of that, like post production, I think it's Doom sitting on his throne.
Well,
you know,
yeah.
like, but I could be could be wrong. But
I need to see that in like in real time, just him up on yes, walking slow. Yep.
MF Doom. I just don't. I think they're definitely, there's something that they're doing to us, and they're gonna reveal it. And maybe it's like clues to the actual trailer. I have no idea, but I agree with Megan. I do think that Thor thing does look like, and if it's, I don't want to talk too much, but I do think if it parallels Infinity War and Endgame, oh, it's gonna be like Tony not getting back to his daughter, you know, like, and there's the hologram, and it's gonna be Thor won't get back to love. He's not gonna make it back, and he's gonna, you know, and it's gonna break us basically.
I agree with you guys. It seems like it's towards the end of the movie, but the thing that I think Doomsday is going to have to do in terms of these characters, how do we go from Steve Rogers living peacefully, having a new kid, maybe even babysitting a kid, to being brought back into a timeline where he has to fight? What makes Thor go from being with Love at the end of Thor: Love and Thunder to now praying to the Odin with Stormbreaker and being like, I got to be back in battle? You know, like I'm like, so there has to be something in Doomsday that shows all of these characters now at that point. And so I think that was, all right, Tom, if you think Thor was the best one, that's on you, man. No, but I think that I think that there is, these are like pieces of their story, right? And it could be towards the beginning of their story, it could be towards the end of their story in this movie, but it's just one piece. And so I think the fun part for me is like thinking, how do we get there? And that's kind of where I came up with the X-Men thing. For Steve Rogers, this is like right when he's done with Endgame, right? He goes back, he returns the stones, he gets to live happily with Peggy. A year later, boom, he's got a little baby.
At least, it's at least 9 months later.
And remember, don't forget this. They're saying this is a straight up continuation of Endgame, right? And that will lead into like my bigger picture theory about Doom in a minute, which I think, obviously, I'm not going to take full credit. Like, I've seen these pieces and these theories elsewhere, but I do think there's one. If they're calling back to Endgame, there is one that I think really fits. But getting back to the 4 teasers or whatever you want to call.
Don't forget that. Let's come back.
The third one was X-Men. We see the Sentinels in the back. We saw Sir Patrick Stewart. We saw Ian McKellen in their absolute worst. And then the fourth one that we've yet to even discuss even a tiny bit. Everyone's calling the Fantastic Four one. That makes no sense. This is a Black Panther trailer. Look at M'Baku. We have Shuri. Like, it's Shuri narrating it.
And M'Baku is not impressed with Ben Grimm, by the way. That is amazing.
I love that face. I know. Like,
I know for a fact that he is going to refer to the Thing as Benjamin the entire time. I don't know why. I just know he is.
Yeah. He probably will, just to irk him. I'm sorry.
To be weird. Just to be
it's going to be like Thor calling Rocky Raccoon, like, all right, Rabbit, let's go, Rabbit. Right. You know, it's going to be like one of those things.
But definitely talking quickly about the Wakandan trailer. I thought it was interesting to see, you know, Shuri and all them back and Namor and everything. And remember, there's been a lot of rumors with a certain almost alternate Black Panther, Damson. What's his name? Damson Idris.
Yeah.
His name? And of course, we saw the quote unquote that it wasn't leaked, but it was leaked.
It was like
art
concept art.
And honestly, I kind of hope that happens because we still need the Black Panther in the universe. You know, I love Chadwick, I love him, but honestly, we still need that representation in Marvel. And even if he's on another world, I think people would be happy with that.
Do we think Damson is his son, or do we think he's alternate?
Okay.
This is
okay. All right. Thank you, Janelle. Thank you, Michael, for queuing that up. I have not been able to record this, but it's on my brain all week. This is my theory for how the Wakandans tie into this movie. We had just talked about who is getting. For me, it was like who is getting taken that brings these characters into the fight. And so, yes, when you listen to Shuri's dialogue in this teaser, it is I can't read that. Sorry, Terrell, you're gonna throw me off, man. Um, uh, she talks about I have lost everyone, and she has, right? We saw
Yeah.
Black Panther Wakanda Forever. She lost everyone. Her mom, like Queen Ramonda getting killed in that movie. I was like,
Oh.
what? Why?
I know.
Like, I didn't even need that. That was heartbreaking.
No, I didn't need that.
That felt
Right.
personal.
But we see T'Challa Jr. at the end of it.
Yeah.
I do think it's T'Challa Jr. that gets taken, and because of the multiverse, because of timey-wimey wibbly wobbly, when we finally see who steps out of the portal, like in Secret Wars, I think it is T'Challa Jr., aka Idris, Damson Idris, that comes out, and we will continue forward with him in the new multiverse because that kid. I don't know if you watch F1, bro. That guy is insane. He's such a good actor. I love
Yes,
that.
yes.
Man, I
yes.
just want to. I want to see him in the MCU as Black Panther. That'd be
I'm
great.
gonna use that times. What did you say? Timesy wimesy?
I wish I could take credit for it, but it's like who's the guy from Doctor Who, and he was in
David Tennant.
Yes, yep, David Tennant came.
You
up.
say
Yeah,
Jessica
he said
Jones,
that.
or I mean, he made that show to me.
Yeah.
But-
I think it was
yeah.
David Tennant.
Purple.
Though.
Oh,
Yeah, yep.
Jessica.
And
Jessica.
then the other part is the Fantastic Four. Where are the other characters? Is my question.
Looking
Sue,
for Franklin.
Sue, Reed, and Johnny.
Franklin's family, his blood family. They are not there.
Yeah, and
Is
we
it- I
have
mean-
the question
sorry,
is
I don't
about
know.
the ship as well. Like, do you remember at the end of was it Fantastic Four? With the ship, but people were saying that's like
Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts.
yes, yes,
New
like
Avengers.
whose ship is that? Da 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 da. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you were saying where are they at? Again, look, we're all human, right? You know, we all went through the we all went
Not
through
me. No, I'm just kidding.
We all went through
Thomas is an alien.
Thomas. We all went through the Stranger Things, situation recently with, a lot of people liking the finale, not liking the finale. Like at the end, these are people making art, right? And so with the Russo brothers, so many brothers, man, the Duffer brothers, the Russo brothers.
I know.
You got to trust the
Side
brothers.
brother.
Thomas Craig
Where are
brothers.
the sisters? Megan, where's the sisters?
We'll do this. We got
Right.
this.
Yeah, when are we gonna get some sister directors?
Right.
That's a really good question.
The Wachowskis. Sorry, I was totally
That's-
derailed you.
No, it's true. Hey, it's true. And no, I think I keep saying the word mirrors, but if it mirrors Infinity War, remember what they were doing? They were trying to pull the stone out of Vision, right? Well, some people were fighting. I wonder if M'Baku's meeting the Thing and they're trying to hold back Doom while Reed and Sue are trying to figure out how to protect Franklin, and maybe Valeria, and we don't know if Valeria is going to be in there or not. Remember, or to some degree or whatever. Maybe they're off doing that, and that's what's going on. And again, that would not be surprising. A lot of these directors and writers have stuff that's in their playbook. We know J.J. Abrams has the light flare, and I've heard him explain what that means. It's like the energy and the action is so much it's jumping off the camera. So they all have their fingerprints on things, and I wonder if this is something like that where there's a lot of. The Russos are great at orchestrating a bunch of different subplots going on. And so this could be something to that effect.
And handling different characters, because, a lot of the stuff, even from Infinity War and Endgame, like, I just loved how they were just able to take over when Chadwick as Black Panther. Like, I just felt like I was back in, Wakanda.
Right.
Like, I just love that. They have a really good sense of balance when it comes to balancing, like, okay, we're here, we're there, you like, I love that too.
You're right. I think that's probably why people are calling it the Wakandan trailer is because, or Black Panther trailer is because you hear the drums, right? Like you hear the
It
Wakandan
should be the
drums.
Black Panther trailer. But also, can we talk about Namor? Why did they not include him when it said at the end screen when it said they'll be back? And they're like, not Namor though.
Yeah, that was interesting.
That's
Why?
interesting.
Like,
Yeah.
what was I swear to God, if they pull something and they're like, Namor, you must watch Wakanda while we're gone, I'll be so mad because that's so lame.
And remember,
Yeah.
he going after his lady, Sue.
Yeah. Yeah.
on the comics.
I mean, so yeah, that's a good question though. I mean, it really is. I don't know, but I can just see like when I read Namor, it's like he doesn't care. You know what I mean? Like he's like, I don't care. You guys can all die. We're gonna be fine. And so maybe he's playing that. But okay, this is what I really want to know, and I want to know what you guys think.
Why is
Which
he
is a lot of
clothed?
people are saying when you look at the desert, you see like the temples, and a lot of people are saying like those look like temples from Talokan that are kind of like now there's just no water. What
Yeah,
do
I
you
saw
guys
that
think about
too.
those buildings? Yeah, what do you
Yeah.
think about it?
I think that's interesting because maybe something did happen with because like Namor is mainly underwater. So why are you on land if you're underwater? Half of the Wakanda Forever movie, like that was just all water based. So that is an interesting theory. Like I wonder what again, like a question of like what's happened to have that drain down all the way down.
Right. Yeah, totally. I can't think of another scenario where it would be, because it doesn't exactly look like the desert where Shuri and him fought in Wakanda Forever, and it does look Mayan, but there's no water really. So I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it's like, what could Doom possibly do to force Talokan out? Is it just for the vibranium? Is there something else there? Like, yeah, I don't know. That's where my brain's been going as I watch all these trailers. Is like, what is going to bring each of these characters into this fight?
Or that's
And
not our Namor.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because look,
that's
he was
good.
different Triton. He's wearing clothes, unfortunately, which was rude. They didn't have to do that.
And he's wearing, but
He's
he's
sitting
wearing
on a-
black too.
He's sitting on a throne. That looks green, dark green.
Oh, it did?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it was black.
No. So he's wearing dark green scales. He's sitting on a throne. He's not underwater. That looks like Shuri and M'Baku went to visit him, and Ben met them there.
Right.
Oh,
So
that's
that could be why
Mm-hmm.
they didn't say Namor's back, because it's not our Namor. It's a different
right. It's a different one. Okay. That's a good one.
thing.
Man,
I thought of it.
Multiverse has got my head.
I'm so ready for it to be done. I'm so tired.
It's like that meme.
Yeah.
You guys see that meme with the guy and he has like he's writing on a chalkboard and he's trying to get all the
Yeah, connect all the dots.
Yeah.
We're Charlie from
Yes,
yeah,
Always
It's Always
Sunny.
Sunny for sure.
Yeah.
We got to talk about. I mean, what do we think Doom's motivation is? What do we think like his backstory is? Because that's the. There's so many theories out there, and there's some really good ones, and there's one in particular that I really love. But I want to hear what you guys have to think because,
So
you know,
I think his motivation is children. Because think about it. Think about it.
You just
No, wait.
No. You
I
just
got-
said one. I'm sorry.
Wait. I got 3 parents here.
You do.
So what would you do for your child? What would you do to protect your child? So I think that I think that is the remaining question. Now for as far as like getting more into it for Doom, I think that he wants to change reality. There might be something that has been changed because of what Steve did with the kid or anything like that. Like a lot of things are probably not in that timeline. And I was thinking about Loki. Loki explains a lot of what happens, those incursions and stuff. When you make a different decision, it makes it, the little branch comes out and that's a different reality. And then eventually everything collapses. And we saw that, play out in Loki. But my question is too, is where does Loki play into this? Like, is he going to get up from where he is, like to let it go? Because there's something that happened that made him probably let it go. But I think, again, like Doom's motivation is, again, to get all the kids to probably put them back or try to maybe even destroy them because they're not supposed to be a part of the main, like their main timeline. So, I'm just thinking just all of that because, again, like, and probably something happened to Doom. That's the other thing. Like, we don't know exactly what kind of origin story they're going to tell with Victor Von Doom because there's a lot of stuff that's like in other like in Age of Ultron, they show like Wanda gets into Tony's head and it says that he killed all the Avengers. So is that going to play out in, how he did that? So there's a lot of unanswered questions, but I think the main thing is that he wants those kids. And he wants to warp his own kind of reality, kind of like what Wanda did with WandaVision.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think you brought up a good point. I want to just
shout
shout out.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, I was going to shout out. Hey, great comment from Gabe. He looks sick. Rebear watches lady. That is so true. Yeah, we got Geek Freaks with Namor and the Cabal leading up to Secret Wars. I think that's
another really good
interesting.
call out.
And Ryan agrees with you, Janelle, saying yes, it is about the children. We got Steve the Baby, Thor Love, Cyclops Nathan, Black Panther T'Challa Jr., and Fantastic Four Franklin.
Oh, I even forgot about Nathan. I didn't even think about Nathan.
Oh yeah.
No one ever does.
Cable, they're yeah.
Oh, how crazy would that be if he kidnaps Josh Brolin?
Oh, stop!
As Cable from Deadpool. That would be great.
Big self.
So I think Janelle has it right that it's about kids, but I don't think it's just kids. I think it's the fact that they're incursions. He's going after kids that should never have happened. Steve's kid, that wouldn't have happened if he didn't go back in time. Wanda's kids, they were made out of freaking magic. Love, that's Thor's stepdaughter, whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, cosmic entity thing.
All that stuff.
Girl.
Yeah, all that stuff not supposed to happen. I think he's taking all these little kids, taking them to Battle World, draining them of their powers, or doing whatever he's doing there. But I think that's his motivation here, because what else would bring Cap to the future to fight Doom he doesn't even know about, but his child? And I also think it's going to be a very big moment for Steve to see, like, oh, this is what Tony felt in Endgame. So he did this for his child.
Ooh.
Right.
Dang. That'd
What
be
if,
amazing.
What if either Nathan or Rachel is not the son or daughter of Jean Grey, but it's Madeline Pryor?
Don't even get me excited. Maddie the
like
Baddie
again, like all these kids that
everything.
shouldn't have existed. What if there's
It
an
would be the clone.
alternate universe and a backstory where this is not? It's definitely Scott Summers'
daughter,
daughter or son. But it's not just like in X-Men '97. Remember that? Isn't that that's canon, right? Is it?
Right.
Yeah, no.
Yes.
Nathan and Jean, they're like step something, and they keep that going throughout their whole relationship.
And another kid that wasn't supposed to happen that maybe created an incursion. So I think you are onto something here, and that there's something there in the sense that, like, and I people have said, and this is where I love this theory, and there's something that ties it back to Endgame. I'm trying to figure out how to like be concise with this.
Well,
I thought you were being dramatic.
Let Thomas go. Thomas,
Sorry, Thomas. Yeah, please go.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, like, I think all of that checks. The only thing I'm confused, like, out of all those kids, the only one I don't know about would be T'Challa Jr. It's like, why would he cause an incursion? He's
because remember, Chadwick unfortunately is gone. So
but that's real life. But the character,
character
pretty much has something to do with his aging.
Huh?
If it has something to do with his aging progressing, that could change something there.
Maybe.
Okay. Yeah.
But
yeah,
I don't think T'Challa Jr. is involved. I really don't.
Yeah. Oh man, I don't know.
Why would they have Shuri then? Like Shuri looked like she was about to go to bat for war.
Well, as Tony Stark would say, because she's one of those idiots that live on that planet.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true. I think if what's the thing that people are always after with Wakanda is vibranium. I think maybe there could be a vibranium element to it, but I don't know. I think T'Challa Jr. is definitely taken just from the way that Shuri looks in the trailer. She just looks pissed. She's like, you're not like, she looks like she just got something taken from her that she shouldn't have. And I don't know. So, but also, like, can we shout out her suit? Her suit is so
good.
It's incredible.
Oh, the little bit of teal.
Yeah.
It's so sick. It's, oh man. Letitia, ooh, that's badass.
I know. I'm excited.
Ryan.
Thanks, Ryan.
Yeah.
But,
okay.
Michael, go ahead.
I'll try to be quick. So there's a theory out there, and I really like this one because I do think there's something to do with, I hate calling him Tony, but like Tony and the family that never was, right? If it's an alternate reality, and they again, this all stems from the fact that it ties back to Endgame. Have you guys seen the theory about the time heist
No.
with the heart attack? So you know how like Tony. So again, remember we're talking about branch timelines, right? So there's a theory out there, and I really like it because it ties back to Endgame when they do the time heist and they give Tony that minor heart attack when like Ant-Man pulls out the thing. Later on, he goes back and like, you know, Friday or Vision or whoever that the AIs in there is like, you know, there was someone he's like, what happened? Is like, there was someone in your suit. He's like, how is that possible? And so they go through all the research and he starts looking at the footage and he sees Cap fighting himself. He sees, you know, Ant-Man. He looks and he's like, who is this guy? He sees he sees Cap saying Hail Hydra in the elevator. He sees all these things that don't make sense, right? And he's looking around. And remember it was Iron Man 1 and 2 and then Avengers. So after Avengers is really when Tony, because Tony was like kind of in a branch path after, you know, he had a nervous breakdown in a very underrated movie, in my opinion, Iron Man 3. But
Agreed.
And I think he really righted himself. And I think before Iron Man 3, he can still go down a very dark path. And I think this variant could possibly, and by the way, I know they've said like, oh, it's not a variant of Iron Man, whatever. I also think Doom's known for having these like robots and fakes and whatever. And this could all just be in Doomsday. And then we get the real Doom in Secret Wars. Wow. So my theory is this, and it's not mine. It's out there, but he investigates, he goes through this absolute like neuroses and OCD trying to figure out, and he finds out about time travel early before he becomes a better person, before Pepper, before all this stuff, like, you know, the whole, tinker with this. And he, you know, all this, the whole thing. And I think that he sees the future and sees that he should have had a daughter and a family, and that's been taken from him. And I think that's where the kids come in. And I think he is on a mission I think he thinks he's in the right. And I think he's there to stop Steve, to stop them, and by whatever means, you know, a suit of armor around the world, right? And I think that's where it's like, I killed the Avengers. I think this is that version. And then, you know, maybe out of the wings in Secret Wars, it's the real Doom, and he's like, and you know, like, oh, you little toy, strings on you, like you were cute, Tony Stark, but Victor Von Doom's here, you know, whatever it is. But I definitely think there's something there because it just has that family feel. And like, again, we all know how important that was. I Love You 3000. And I don't think that ruins his legacy, because I think it's a, you know, I don't know. Can
I throw out a theory now that
please,
you're saying that? Because I really like where you're going, and I agree. I was thinking, what if it was just simply when he snaps, he doesn't just bring everybody back and disappears Thanos? What if he brings everybody back but loses his daughter?
Ooh.
Well, like so someone comes back and like lands on his daughter and kills her.
Megan.
Well,
it's a little bit.
I'm so sorry.
We all remember there's a deleted scene where he meets her in it's the actress from 13 Reasons Why.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And what's that place called? Like the
Orange Place. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know if they had a name for it, but it was just like, it was the afterlife that Thanos visited.
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
I didn't know why he was there.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know. I mean, it could be that simple, right? It's like, if in an infinite multiverse, anything can happen. And in this multiverse, the one thing he couldn't lose is the thing that he loses. And it's his daughter.
Wow.
See, I think you're on the right track, but I think it's something simpler. Like in a different universe, Dr. Doom's children was Franklin and Valeria or Valeria. So what if that universe looked like Tony? And he came back for them. And then he stole Franklin, and he was like, what? You haven't had Valeria yet? So he figures that one out. And then he steals Franklin. And then that kind of gets everyone involved.
Yeah.
I could just be that easy.
Yeah. I just wonder how, like, I'm not disagreeing with you. I just think, like, how does that get all these other universes involved? But it could be. I mean, yeah. I think, again, with this many characters and with this many things going on, like, I truly just think it's going to be the simplest explanation is probably going to be what it is.
True. Or
Yeah,
it's like
because
he's like, you know what? I'm sick of Marvel not doing Young Avengers. I'm gonna do it myself. And he steals
Right.
everyone's kids.
and
There
that
you go.
know
I can
what?
get behind that. Let's go, Doom.
Megan, you brought up a good question because there are so many characters that are missing, especially like Miss Marvel. What happened to
Yeah.
Monica Rambeau? What happened to
Mm.
there's so much that they have to. Again, I don't know how they're going to construct this because a lot of people like we don't know where they are. Like Shang-Chi, he's finally coming back. Like there's so much that they have to connect in this movie like and make it plain to get to Secret Wars.
Yeah. And yeah, I think that's there's a bunch of different themes. I think we touched on maybe what Doom's after. I do love this theory, and I'm curious your guys' thoughts as well, is that each one of these teasers represents a new theme. So Steve having his son born is life or birth.
Right.
Then you have which one was next? Thor, which is love. He lost love. And then the next one, X-Men, is death, because Magneto says death comes for us all. And then the last one is afterlife, because Wakanda is very familiar with the afterlife, and the death is not the end.
Right.
There's also, have you guys heard the timestamp theory?
Yes. Yeah.
It
I
is-
like that one too.
Well, Janelle, I got news for you because I'll just tell it to you.
Okay.
So, Reddit user name Fear Itself. Okay, I guess I tried to read the first name. There's just no way. Has listed out each timestamp and their respective moment in Endgame, beginning with Steve Rogers' trailer that features a timestamp of 1 minute 24 seconds and a little bit over. This matches the scene where Tilda Swinton's Ancient One warns Hulk about removing Infinity Stones during the time heist, which will create branched realities. Something that seems very, very crucial. So that confirms that Steve's mission to return the stones and his subsequent decision to stay in the past is central to the conflict. So that's just the first one. Thor's, his is 1 minute and 17 seconds, which corresponds to the moment Loki steals the Tesseract and escapes, creating the variant scene in the Loki series.
Yeah.
Oh,
I loved it. Yeah. Whoever found that out is a genius, because
Genius.
when I was looking
So
at
the
that, I was like, damn, that seems pretty spot
Oh my
on.
God. Now I need a minute.
Now,
Now I need
the
a minute.
X-Men's timestamp, which is 1:11:20. This is the scene in Asgard where Rocket asks Thor, "Are you crying?" They suggest, the Redditors suggest, that this could be a pointer to Thor's mental state, but really, like a second suggestion from another Redditor who links this line with Deadpool's potential flash forward scene. Why is Thor crying? And
Right.
Oh.
and we all think Deadpool will be in this movie.
Yeah.
And if you don't, well, I mean, we'll
you
wait
might
and
be
see.
wrong.
It's in a year. What are we
The
going to
question
do?
really is who's not going to be in the movie,
Right.
Right.
or in these
Well,
two
Spider-Man.
movies, right? These two
Yeah.
movies.
Well, that's the
basically.
thing. Like, is there any characters you think that they are truly going to save for Secret Wars that won't be in Doomsday? That they were all
Scarlet
like,
Witch,
Yeah,
oh
Wanda.
yeah,
Yeah, they need
man,
Wanda.
good call.
Vision. Yep.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Right.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And Megan,
Man,
did you
good
have
call.
more?
Yeah, I have one more. So the timestamp in Wakanda trailer is 1:4:20, which is the scene where the Avengers plan and test the time heist. Again, this could be a pointer to when the team first tests out technology that's set to meddle with the multiverse. And there we
Ooh.
go. People are way smarter than me.
Right.
would
I
never.
couldn't figure
Me
that
Ever.
out.
too.
Could have given me a million years.
Dude, whoever
Yeah,
found that out, though, like, props to you, man.
Yeah.
You had so much time to do that. Like, that's
And
crazy.
It's genius
But-
because Endgame is playing in theaters again in September before the
Yep.
movie, which
I do
I'm
think
gonna
there's going to
go
be
see.
breadcrumbs to
Yeah.
previously. The reason they keep saying, "Oh, it's a continuation of Endgame," and what Megan just said is blowing my mind. So I really do need a minute. I need to go research and back.
Michael needs to reset.
I need like a 5-hour energy and some time and like
Right.
whatever. But I do
Once you
think
go
there's gonna
down the
be-
rabbit hole, you're pretty screwed. Like there's no going back up. Yes, Chris Claremont himself said that all of the OG cast are back, so it's highly possible that Deadpool and Wolverine are in it. I don't want Wolverine back, guys. I'm so tired. Just give me X-23. I got over the hype in Deadpool Wolverine. I got over it.
Right.
I'm good
Yeah.
now. There's none left. I've been sucked dry like a raisin. Give me X-23.
I think
Please.
she'll be in Secret Wars. Yeah,
She
I think
has
she
to.
will.
He has
Yeah.
to be.
Yeah.
I mean, and again, thinking of all these characters that probably are not in Doomsday, you got to think of Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man. They're saying that he might be back in Secret.
Oh, he's getting killed.
Everybody got to come back in order to fight for Secret Wars. Like I want to
Mhm.
see that. I want to see
Can you
everybody.
imagine? Speaking of Toby and Andrew, imagine if we get a look at a multiversal Spider-Verse, which they're not going to call it because they can't because of Sony. But imagine if we just see a bunch of Spider people going at it on Battle World. Do you know how amazing that would be?
That would be amazing.
Well, there's
That's
got to be a
gonna
way
be
to bring
great.
Miles into it, so there has to be some way in between Doomsday and then Brand New Day comes first. Sorry, apologies, but
Yeah.
Brand New Day, then Doomsday, and then Secret Wars. There's gonna be some kind of way to bring in Miles. So I do think that's the vehicle they're gonna use to bring him into live action.
Kevin Feige said they're not touching Miles as long as Sony's using him.
Really?
Which is like,
Huh.
you know how far away the next Spider-Verse movie is?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they pushed
remember
it
like
back.
over the summer when there was just the day of Kevin Feige talking to every outlet for the first time in years? That
Yeah.
was one of the things, yeah.
Oh,
You know what though? I almost feel like it'll be a reverse of the situation before Civil War, where Feige went to Sony and was like, whatever we have to do, we need to get Spider-Man in this movie. I almost feel like Sony will come to him now and be like, whatever we have to do, we got to get Miles in this. And I don't know. I could see a world where
and I
they just
think
got to
it's
figure out the casting.
time. And
What's
I think
that?
it's time. I said it's time because
Yeah.
think about it. I don't know if they're gonna get like some type of unknown character. Like Tom Holland is gonna be 30 next year, I think.
So crazy.
Yeah, but he looks like he's 19 all day.
He needs
Yeah.
I know y'all gonna be heartbroken, but they're gonna wrap him up. Like this is gonna be we're on limited time. I'm older than him, and I could already see that. Like you could see the wear and tear on his body. Like poor guy,
What?
poor guy.
Mel does
Actors
not
wanna do
like
it
certain
forever.
characters today, and
Yeah.
it's very easy to figure out which ones.
But listen, no. But the reason I'm saying this is because they have to try to bring in Miles because Tom is getting older. Unfortunately, I wish we could keep him forever. I know they have that joke with Hugh Jackman. Oh, he's gonna play this till he's 90, but but in reality, you want Spider-Man's story to keep going. You know, at some
Right.
point, you know, and even with Tom getting hurt on set, I don't know if you guys saw that. Like,
Yeah.
that's a pretty big deal. So
Yeah.
they have to try to usher him in at some point because Miles is very important to the story. And again, I would love to see him on screen with everybody else.
See,
He
I
deserves it.
I disagree with you that now's the time because now is the time for Spider-Man to stay on his own 2 feet. Because
That's
he has
true.
only been mentored in every movie. He has only
Right.
had he's under someone's wing. Now is his
Oh.
time to stand up on his own. And plus, Spider-Man's story does go until he is an old man. Until he keeps
Megan,
even
he
when-
is not gonna do that.
You don't
Yeah.
know though. You don't
The
know.
logistics, yeah. I mean, if you look at the history of live action, I love this, by the way, because I do think the end of Beyond the Spider-Verse is going to be a lead into the live action. And people have said,
That's what I said.
have said that, and because Beyond Spider-Verse is 2027, right? So
As of now.
yeah.
2027.
I do. People have said that, like, and it does make sense. Tom's, Peter, where he's in that apartment and no one remembers him. People have rationalized that maybe Miles lives down the hall, from
Right,
him.
down the
There's some
hall,
kind of
yeah.
connection there. I do think there's going to be maybe they're planning it. Maybe it doesn't work out. There's a lot going on, but what was Janelle saying? I was going to add something to it. I lost train
She
of
was
thought.
just
There's so many
Just
things.
about-
dreams.
Yeah.
Megan, stop it.
Yeah.
No,
He'll just be able to
the
do
history of
role.
live action Spider-Man, including the Broadway play, it is a very, very tough character to play. Like, we all remember Toby almost didn't make Jake Gyllenhaal almost stepped in for Spider-Man 2 because of Toby's back and the
Right.
jokes in No Way Home where it's like my back,
My
whatever.
bad,
Yeah.
right?
Toby
Yeah.
almost dropped out because of the wires, and we all know Tom does a lot of his own stunts and like the gainers and the jumps and stuff. It just, to what Janelle said, after 30, I mean, my 40s now. After 30s and 40s, like you cannot do it. I mean, Toby, there's a reason Toby was mainly in street clothes and in No Way Home.
Right.
Like he's not doing any stunts, and even Andrew, like they're too old, and people get hurt. And let's not even talk about the Broadway play that was cursed from the second it opened because the guy kept getting hurt over and over and over again. And I kind of would like to see it now, but
even the one at Disney fell off the wire and hit its head.
It's just not. It's a very tough role to play, and unless they're going to do straight up like stuntmen and whatever, it's a really tough role to continue on for a long period of time. And so you do need young people in there. You're going to have to go to a live action. Do we have a live action Spider-Gwen?
No, not yet.
No, you're going to have to go Spider-Gwen. You're going to have to go Miles. You're going to have to go. Please, baby Jesus, give me Peter Porker. Not that would be amazing. Not a chance, but that would be amazing. But
and
yeah,
I'm
you
not,
have to go young.
I don't, and I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer.
Sure.
Megan.
I don't think I don't disagree with any of that, but I do think you can have Tom Holland and not have to do those stunts if he's mentoring, if he's bringing these young Spider people in, he doesn't have to do all that. You can have Miles, but I think in this movie we're not going to get any Miles. I think Doomsday, Secret Wars, no Miles. I'm going to say that right now. It's not going to be until after.
All right, pin this one. I think it can happen. Secret Wars.
When it happens in 2028, I'm going to be like, suck it.
Let's call it right now. Actually, I'm going to go middle ground. I'm saying post credit for Secret Wars, we get Miles.
Oh, that would be nice.
Kicking off the next generation, the next phase, all that stuff. We get Miles and maybe the Young Avengers. Maybe there's a whole I
think that's coming.
Whole post credit of all the young talent. Which, by the way, can we all agree? Haley Steinfeld cannot be a Young Avenger anymore. I mean, she's having a
champion. 100% they're going to call them champions instead.
And she's pregnant right now, so I can't see her even in Doomsday or whatever, or Secret, because she's going to be having a baby.
Right.
I mean, she's already filmed everything.
They did.
Doomsday's done filming. Secret Wars, I don't believe has started filming because of pre-production or post-production.
I keep putting this up too because I do wanted to comment on this. I think Cindy has a really good take on here, and it reminds me of the Ultron battle with the Watcher in What If, and I also think again I've harped on this all show with the parallels, and man, poor Loki. Is he going to die at the beginning of this movie?
I feel like he is. I'm sorry. Again, I'm going to be the Debbie Downer. I'm going to be the Debbie Downer.
I think Doom is going to take him out to unravel everything. And I think that's the last we're going to see of Tom. I think that's it.
I think he's done. I'm sorry.
I have such a counterpoint. There's no way they're not going to give us what Thor has gone through and what Loki's gone through and not have that meet up even for a second.
Right.
We need to see, these two characters have had so much character growth. If they don't see each other after they've learned all these lessons, that's going to be such a letdown for fans.
It is,
I just think there's no way they can't meet, at least for a scene.
But Thomas, again, like I've said before, there has to be some type of sacrifice. I'm sorry.
That's true, but I don't think it's Loki.
It's not going to be Loki again, though.
Yeah, it can't. That's been so
you got to do something else. Kill off Thor. Come on.
Yeah, let's see. I believe Loki.
Didn't Kevin say that he's going to continue to be Thor for a while?
Kevin says things.
I
don't know.
And remember which Loki this is. We talked about the time heist. This Loki is also from the time heist. He's the one that got away. Remember, the other Loki's dead.
Right.
Yeah.
Loki from the show, and then King Loki. He is from. He's an alternate timeline. So
that's true.
That's probably why he's in this, because again, he's not the what's the word?
The Loki we know. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, the Loki we know from the show. Yeah.
I still don't think he kills him though. I think maybe he knocks him out. He does go after him. You guys are so right about that, but I don't think he kills him. I think he gets knocked into a timeline that allows Thor to be there and they meet up, because maybe he dies in Secret Wars for sure, but I don't think he dies in Doomsday.
Look,
that would be such a letdown.
Let's just kill Sylvie. She's right there.
Goodness.
She's not doing anything.
Yeah.
What is she doing? She just moved into a house with Mobius. They're not doing nothing.
Okay, we got another rumor here. Let's see. Speaking of Sony, there are rumors that they are more open to share Spider-Man characters with Marvel Studios. Okay, if true, it took how many flops from the realize?
I
That's true.
I think that is such made up because they really did take every flop and not care. And now they care once it's all over.
Once it's all over, I know. Like how many
Right.
Spider-Man films? Well, not even Spider-Man films. Didn't they have no Spider-Man in it? I was like, what is this? No.
What
Like
if this is actually, they're like, don't worry, Michael, you're getting Miles. Kevin's making
Yeah.
care of it.
good gracious.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if it just comes down to money, and if there is like those moments that we're all like looking forward to, right? And I think that was really cool about these teasers. Obviously, with the X-Men, seeing Cyclops be as powerful or just let it all go as much as we've always wanted to see on film. Like we got like a little snippet of that. Seeing the Fantastic Four meet the Wakandans with the Talokans, like that is like such a cool, like that teaser was so cool because you're taking two odd character groups and then like mashing them together. And that was what was beautiful about Infinity War and what was beautiful about Marvel in phases 1 through 3. It's like all these individual stories coalescing into something greater. And and so I think this one is going to be truly special. I mean, I can't wait to see what's up with the Avengers and the Avengers with a Z. Like, what's
Right.
going on with them?
Oh
Like,
yeah, the
like-
Thunderbolts. Like again, like where are they? But Thomas, I was thinking when you were talking, like I believe with the Wakanda and with the Wakandans and Fantastic Four, that's from the comics. They've met
for sure.
in
Yeah.
the comics.
Yeah,
So,
Wakanda was introduced in
yeah.
in a very like
52.
60s. Yeah.
So I'm
Absolutely.
excited to see if they do just like we were talking about, like maybe some things from the comics like that, would get comic lovers like excited.
Yeah, and
to
I
see
think
on
that's
screen.
to your point. I think that's the reason they do meet in this teaser. But I think cinematically, or I guess story-wise, that's not why they meet. It's not the same reason from the comics that happens in the movie, if that
Right.
makes sense. I think there's a deeper reason. I think that there's like a technological reason. When you look at two of the smartest people in the Marvel universe, you have Shuri and you have Mr. Fantastic. There's a reason there that they meet, and so
Right.
I don't know what that is yet, but I think there's.
Can you
something there.
imagine them working side by side on whatever that is?
That
they're
would be
working
so
on?
awesome. So
He
epic.
does not want the smoke from Shuri because I feel like they're both very smart, but I feel like he's very meek, and Shuri is like, "Get out of my way!" Like like why didn't you do this? Why didn't
Yeah.
She's
you
gonna
do
she's
that?
gonna embarrass him, and whatever scenes there are, there's gonna be some things where he's gonna be like, "What?" Like she's gonna like impress the crap out of him and like say
Yep.
something.
And
she's
Johnny
like,
Storm
"Well,
will watch
I can't even talk like that."
Johnny
Yeah.
Storm will watch every part of it and laughing.
And laugh at him. Yep,
Yeah, that's all I
exactly.
want.
Yeah.
Correct
It's gonna be
him
so
or
good.
something
Yeah.
like, well, no, the time velocity of blah blah. He's
Right.
gonna be like, "Whoa!"
And she's like, "What
who
are
is
you
this
even
kid?"
saying right now?"
Yeah.
She's
And
my
you know what?
favorite.
We got to shout out the Russo brothers because I don't know if you saw the video that all the trailers, I guess combined, had 1 billion views.
Got in the Billy Club.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're in the billion. So that's
It's
cool.
crazy. Yeah. I think from that standpoint, I'm sure you guys get it a lot, but for me, it's like I have so many friends who aren't necessarily into it like we are, but are like, Marvel's dead, blah, blah, blah. But through these teasers and through everything they showed, they're like, man, this looks pretty good. Like, what do you think? And I'm like, this is going to be good. Like, I will put a few dollars down that I'm very confident that this movie is going to stick the landing, at least get us intrigued into Secret Wars. And like, there's just too much money. There's too much talent. There's too much just riding on this. I think there's no way they can't just make us feel excited about Secret Wars. And
Yeah.
God, oh man, I can't wait. This year is is starting off so great with this, in Marvel universe, not in real life, but like in the Marvel universe, things are good.
And I'm so jealous. I went to San Diego Comic-Con last year and I got into Hall H. I can't imagine what it's going to be like I forget when it starts, what it's going to be. Because I know Marvel's going to come.
Well,
And
this year
present
D23
Are
too,
they?
right?
Huh?
Isn't this year D23 also? Or I know it's every
Yeah.
Oh
other
yeah,
year.
D23.
this
Yeah.
You got
too.
that and San
gonna-
Diego.
Yeah,
Oh.
they're gonna pick one or the other
They're
because
gonna pick-
they can
yeah.
only do so much.
I as big as D23 is and it's cool whenever, I still think they go with San Diego Comic-Con. Like that crowd and
That crowd is
auditorium
electric. Woo.
is
I-
insane.
I think it'll be
yeah.
Hall H because I think they did this solid for Disney doing these teasers for Avatar.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it'll be Hall H. I have a few sources, I guess, and so I think that it will definitely be Hall H. I think it's definitely worth the cost and the buzz. I mean, people are still using that clip of Robert Downey Jr. pulling off the
Yes.
plastic dude
Yes.
mask to this day in clips. Like, there's as cool as D23 is, it's not Hall H.
It's
Hall
not
H
Hall
is
H.
special.
Oof.
Like that,
Yeah.
there's something different. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's like the Super Bowl of like nerddom.
Right,
Like,
of nerdom.
you know.
He needs to finish his trilogy because we have the first one where was it Avengers, right? Where he took out the roses and he was throwing them out of the briefcase, and then he's got the
Yeah.
taking the mask off. Like he needs one more iconic.
He needs
Throwing
one
babies.
more iconic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Throwing a bunch
Yeah.
of babies.
Yep.
I mean, that's all he can
Dead
do.
superhero babies. He's like, you get one and you get
You
one.
get one and you get one.
Oh my goodness. Well, we have been here for quite some time. So I think it is time to wrap up. Before we get going, I'm going to ask all of you where people can find you so they can find you. Janelle, where can
Yes.
people check you out online?
You can find me on Instagram, Jan's Comic Space, everywhere, and TikTok too, Jan's Comic Space. I haven't been posting, but I'm going to start posting again. But yeah, that's where you can find me.
Beautiful.
Love it.
Thomas.
Yeah, if you want to find me on social media, it's just Thomas Craig and then VIII Thomas Craig 8. Or if you need a little hit of inspiration, check out Sick Burn Pod.
Yes.
Jeez,
Beautiful.
that's a
Cannot
great podcast.
recommend that podcast enough.
Hmm.
Michael, where can we find you?
Nerd Initiative. Anyone who knows me, I am the least like look at me. But yeah, it's Michael Rothman or Nerd Initiative or Superhero Talk on TikTok, but mainly Nerd Initiative with you fine people and having fun with you guys.
Oh, Captain, our Captain.
Oh, Captain, our Captain.
Like Mike said, we are all from Nerd Initiative, so you can find us all there. Our comic reviews, all our lives, literally everything we do a lot of. And you can find me on Vigilante Vibes podcast, and you can find that literally everywhere. So thank you guys for watching this. Let us know in the comments if you want us to keep doing things like this, because we dig it, but we want to make sure you dig it too. So with that being said, be sure to like and subscribe everywhere to Nerd Initiative, because we give so much. We have so much content, and there's something for everyone. So with that being said, have a lovely night. Michael, can you press end?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna leave this up and then we'll end.
Perfect.
Yeah. It's awesome.